So I had a crash at the end of the turn when I started the recording on Bandicam. So I'm going to have Iron Man notification, and then I click yes, and so I was at the end of the turn, and I had saved and exited and came back to be able to do the Bandicam recording. So I'm going to not do much anyway. I had finished my turn. And I'm going to send this video to some other people so that they can vouch for me that I didn't do anything strange after the Iron Man notification. So what I did this turn, first before I forget about it, last turn I checked that this quarry, Flowrock Quarry, had the glow, so it was not explored, and now it's explored. Actually, I'm not sure about the mine is not yet explored, so it means that Jonny Thunder is somewhere here. And I sent a spy drone that I summoned from the city here, the Vasal, to check the surface and make sure that it's not here. The issue now is that he's playing Warlord, so he can have Death March, and he can move very fast, like 16 X's, 8 X's times 2. So 16 X's, and he could move from here, for instance, if he's here, to my throne. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 to my throne, and almost attack it on the same turn. Actually attack it on the same turn with his leader. So that's very scary and dangerous, and that's why in the balance mode we increased the cost of Death March to 60. I think now it's 60 costing points. So that was one thing I wanted to show. Then what I did this turn, 2 battles. So I got an alliance proposal from the giant dwelling, and a quest from the dwarf village, I think. The giant dwelling, I don't have very good relationship with them because they are pure evil, so minus 300 modifier, and it means they cost a lot to buy as vassal, 419, and also it would move my element towards good, which is bad for me because I'm playing Shadowborn, and yeah, so I cannot buy them now. Anyway, it would not be worth it. For the quest, I accepted the quest, and to get some additional relationship and 1 free unit. So the quest is to kill 3 martyrs and get a forge priest, which is nice, so I accepted. And I decided to take some risk and send 2 Boar Riders. Actually I wanted to send 3, but this one had no movement points left because I moved there and moved back to Scout. So poor planning from me. When he was here I should have continued. I didn't think about sending the boar at this stage. So they are going to complete the quests. So 2 risks here. One is that Jonny gets on the ground and tries to move toward my throne. I'm indefended, and he picks them up with only 2 units. But as I scouted here, I hope it's safe. And anyway, if I don't go now, it will be even worse in the next turns because even more chances that he moved there. So it was now or never. And second risk is that these guys could move there and attack my Boar Riders, and it will be in auto combat. And actually it's quite a big risk, but I think that even in auto combat I should be able to kill them, because I've got fire pistol, I've got life steal, so I hope should be okay. I sent this prospector who was here back to the north to defend the watchtower and be there if Jonny comes, to be able to put him near the vassal, to make it in auto combat, even though they have quite ridiculous garrison, so it wouldn't be much of a fight still. But I kept him out of range of the martyrs, so he could move more, but kept him of the range because they can move outside the city. City. Then I did. Oh, sorry, I didn't show this. Yeah, so this one was the. Okay, this one was against the second race. So actually, I did 3 fights. So the health here is not the health after the fight against the scoundrels. During the fight, I converted human scoundrel, and so I did 3 fights. So yeah, no, this one is displayed too. So then I killed the scout from Jonny, and he was here, and I had my builder here and my troops there. So I hope that that was his last movement, and that, for instance, he didn't do this and then move back. Because if he was here, he had only 2 vision range because he doesn't have night vision. It means he didn't see my army, and so I sent only 1 unit Deepguard to fight him, so that it doesn't know my strength. But I don't know, maybe it does know it, and he saw I had a builder here and that I sent here to build a fortress to get some mana. I would like to get the gold, but cannot send troops there. It would take too long. And so last fight was against. During the fight against the scout, he cast 2 times suffocate, and that's why I'm this low in health. And actually, the AI did something stupid because you could have sprinted and backstabbed me. Enfin, not backstab because he doesn't have it, but like flank me, and he didn't. I don't know why. It may have killed me actually. So the last fight was the big one. It was in the dungeon, and let's have a look at it. The video is already a bit long, but let's try to do it quickly. So it was very difficult fight. Almost lost several units, but I was relatively cautious and avoided this. So I've got my Archdruid who has summon Ancestral Spirit, which is very, very good. And I have my Theocrat who has Slayer's Dart, which is also very, very good for this kind of battles. So I tried to split them with the Boar Rider here and the rest there. I kept my Mammoth with me. I hesitated to send the Mammoth to split, but the Mammoth has devastating, has killing momentum and devastating charge, so it's better it is with me to do a massive amount of damage and be able to retreat using the killing momentum. I wanted to engage as soon as possible because each turn I take damage with the Blood Pavilion. That's something from the balance mode. So I moved my Boar Rider at range of the Monster Hunter, and that engaged the fight. So I managed to split them with these 2 guys against the Boar Rider. Let's slow it down a bit, and the rest against my troops. Then I tried to keep them with me, but didn't work. I cast Slayer's Dart on the Manticore, which is the biggest threat, and then I decided to kill 1 unit because I need really to kill as many units as possible, as fast as possible. Otherwise, I'm going to be overwhelmed. So I took some damage with the Mammoth, but did a devastating charge and killed the Draconian Monster Hunter. Then I positioned myself to take a hit from the Phalanx with my Boar Rider, because when he's guarding he has 20 defense, and so even if it's fighting a pike, I think it's better than putting the Ogre with only 14 defense. I'm taking a lot of damages from the Blood Pavilion, from the dungeon, and I need to pay attention to this. And on round 3, I think 4, my Mammoth had already only 26 HP, and I didn't want to lose it, so I retreated it because the Blood Pavilion can just kill it in 2 turns. Then I really hesitated here on how to deal with these guys, and whether to cast Ancestral Spirit or a new Slayer's Dart. Eventually I decided to retreat with the Theocrat quite far to avoid being targeted by a monster hunter and then killed by the Blood Pavilion. And I use Strokers, which is inherent to this Goblin Theocrat, Velvucht, almost, on the Warbreed, so that it's almost the same as Slayer's Dot, but just for one turn. And if it failed, I would have put the Ancestral Spirit here, and then it worked, so it cannot move much. And then I put the Ancestral Spirit here to deal with this monster hunter. I bring back this guy here to attack the monster hunter, and I try to deal with the phalanx, but actually I miscalculated and flanked with only one attack. I should have flanked with 2 and take some damage on the ogre to finish the phalanx. And also putting the Ancestral Spirit here, I mean because if I put it here, all 4 units will go on it, whereas I want to split them, so I should not put it here. Putting it here means the Manticore cannot reach it, and so maybe we'll go there. And this guy, if he wants to reach it, he can do only 1 attack, so the Ancestral Spirits last longer, and this guy can just move and attack some of my units, and then I can take it down. So as I saw I could not kill the phalanx this turn, I decided to retreat and use Fire Pistol on it. And then I took a Blood Pavilion on anyway, the Theocrat, and so I decided to retreat with him and guard, because if I took one more Blood Pavilion on him, he would probably be dead. Whereas guarding, he had a good chance of surviving with 11 defense. So the Warbreed goes on the Ancestral Spirit. This guy split there, and something I didn't expect is the phalanx. Actually, I considered it. I checked that it would not die, but I didn't think he would do it, and he did it. So he took a attack of opportunity and went for my hero, and then I can just kill it with ogre. I sent my 20 defense on while guarding Boar Rider here to occupy these guys. That's the only valid target for the Manticore Rider, so he's going for it, and the Boar Rider can take the damage. And then I focus on the other units, take down the Monster Hunter with the help of my hero, and I thought it was going to crash. And then I can focus on the Warbreed. I send back my Mammoths to try to finish the Warbreed, otherwise I don't have enough units, and as you can see I was right to guard because I have only 1 HP left. And then that's just the finish. So I kill the Warbreed, retreats is my hero, and then goes for these 2 units, and so I took really a lot of damage, but I managed to finish them, so let's keep this. Going to keep the video not too long. So as a reward I got the Flyer and a Mystic and 200 gold, which was very, very welcome because I'm not that high on gold. I leveled up with my Theocrat, my AD, and I hesitate to take Regrowth or take Natural Healer. Actually I thought I already had it, but I don't, because I'm low on HP obviously, but I think I should keep the points and take Regrowth, because I think I should be able to heal the units next turn when I attack this in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I forgot what I wanted to say. And yeah, I've got Sustainable Warfare on him that I took last turn, I think, and that, so I put all my top units there, T3, I think it's T2, to reduce my upkeep. And here, so I'm taking also Vow of Poverty for now. So right now I'm at plus 60, and after taking it I'm at plus 70, so I gain 10 gold. That's not that much, but it's worth it, I think. And that's all the upgrades I'm going to take for now, and I'll check later according to the situation. So next turn I'm going to take this and try to heal as much as possible, and then move here, clear this, and then go to the cave entrance and go attack Jonny. Depends if his scout saw me or not. If it didn't, I have a good chance. And I've got this flyer here that I recruited earlier, and then I moved there and now here. That is going to scout for me to see what's going on. This spy drone here spotted a scout from Jonny there, and is continuing to move and try to cast Seed of Distrust on the dwelling to prevent Jonny from doing quests there. Now that I saw that there was no one, I'm going to move back, let's say here, and I'll move and then I'll check again later. This guy, yeah, I forgot this guy. Okay, I'm not going to move it because I had the crash, to be fair, but otherwise I would have moved him here to check what's here, and then moving back on the inn. And I'm not going to recruit anything on the inn because I don't have that much gold and there is nothing really interesting. And yeah, and with my leader I moved there, checked a bit here, so that's why they are split, and didn't see anything crazy. Here it's quite interesting for me, it's dead end, and then I'm going to move back here, so I can just clear this, get free resource, clear this, and get back to my main army, so that's nice. And it also means that this area is relatively safe. So I'm building a fortress here, building a fortress there, and here. So because I've got minus 25 because I lost a hero, a rogue 3 turns ago, so I'm not at 400, and I don't have the plus 30% bonus. So even if I cast Mana Fuel Cell, I cannot one turn the Boar Riders or the Dwarf Engineers. So instead I'm doing a Deepguard, and I hesitated with the Axemen. They have the same cost and this more or less the same stats, but I believe that First Strike is better for one thing, and then I expect Jonny to have some Mammoth Riders, but at the same time I expect him to have some nasty life-stealing Royal Guards. So infantry would be better because they have Overwhelm, but still I think Deepguard is a better choice for now, so I'm producing one here, and in 2 turns I will be able to produce golems, and I will consider if I build some or not, but more likely continue to build a few Boar Riders. Here I wanted to rush this. I'm doing the settler. I think I'm going to rush it because that doesn't affect my happiness, and it brings me a bit closer to the temple. And I should have enough money, I think, to the temple to then get the Forge Priest, because it's getting urgent to get a good army to defend my throne for the incoming attack. And that's it for this turn, so thanks for watching, and to my opponents, sorry for the reload.